You know, after living in Los Angeles for 10 years, my husband picked me up and he said, we are going to move to Neptune, Ohio and live on his 100-year-old family farm. Woo! Party! Wow, so this is truly a big night out. I remember when he first told me, I was thinking, Gone with the Wind, you know, people working in the field, mama baking biscuits in the kitchen, people just helping me out, sweeping the front porch. And then I moved there. I saw the family farm, and he said, baby, you can do whatever you wanted to this place. And I said, can we burn it? Tears welled up in my face as I looked over the soybeans. He said, baby, what's wrong? And I said, where are the people? He said, you are the people. So you are the people. Thank you so much for being here. My first anniversary on the farm. First, before we begin, has anybody ever lived on a farm? By applause out there? How about flown over a farm? The rest of you? Because on my first anniversary at the farm, my husband gave me 6 chickens. And soon we had 286 chickens. He said, well, let's eat the chickens. I said, eat the children. He said, let's eat the eggs. I said, eat the babies. Babies? I said, you go to the grocery store and get some of those homeless eggs. Those I might eat. One morning, my husband woke me up and he said, let's go pull a calf. You know what that means? You know, a cow is giving birth. So I go out to our field unsuspecting, and there's our prize cow. And she's hunched over, really ugly and in pain, and there's a thing coming out the back part. You know, like a face, like a pulled face, a purple and little hoofs. And my husband said, the cow will die if we don't help her. So I ran to the front of the cow and I went, he said, do something. I said, you're having my baby. He said, no, when the cow goes down, I want you to sit on her head. How insensitive and rude. Can you imagine the doctor telling your husband, go sit on her head? Of course, Rick, you'd like that, wouldn't you? But he was fearless. He got in the back of that cow. It's a true story. And he took those little bitty hoofs and he pulled and it came out. And everything else came with it. I said, put that stuff back in. It looks important. My Nana just loves that I'm living in Neptune, Ohio. She just loves it. She is 95 years old. She lives in Florida. And no matter how much phlegm she coughs up, there is just more and more. She's got her muumuu on, and then she's got her little tissue in her pocket. Is it just my Nana? She goes, where does she put it? In the tissue, right? And then she puts the tissue back in her pocket. Like she's going to save it. Let's mount it. I was born in the Depression. Let's keep it. Don't throw anything away. Nana, bless her heart. She's 95. She might have to be put in a home. And they told us it's going to cost $1,500 for her to go into this home. Now, I just did a cruise, and it costs $1,500 to go on a cruise. Bingo! I say, Nana, let's put all the old people on cruise ships. That's the way they get their food and their fun, and if they happen to pass over during the week, burial at sea. So I got all dressed up because, you know, I love you guys. I love women and a couple of guys out there. I love you all. And I got all dressed up and I said to my husband, I said, how do I look? And he said, you look fine. Not what I want to hear. I want to hear fabulous, beautiful, thin. Is this too much to ask? Wouldn't it be great if a man was like a dog with a string in the back of his neck? Every time you pull it, he'd say all the things you always wanted to hear. You pull the string and he'd say, I'm turning the Super Bowl off to go to the mall with you. Pull the string again, sweetheart, I have gas. I'm going into the next room. Pull pull the string and I'm lost. Let's ask for directions. Because in the beginning of our marriage, we're married 15 long years. In the beginning, they just say everything's so perfect, don't they? Oh, baby, you are so precious. Oh, baby, whatever your pretty little heart desires. Mm. And then after about 15 years, hey, it's your turn to mow the lawn. Get out there. He used to wine me and dine me. Now his idea of a big night out is, hey, baby, let's go to Walmart and buy some duct tape. Come on. And I'm so starved for attention. You know, the old guy in the front, you know, the one with the walker. You know. I'm thinking, that is one good-looking man. He could have me right now, and he doesn't even know it. Oh, in the beginning, just saying the word husband, you know, husband. Went to buy him a Valentine card, and the girl said, you want a sweetheart or a honey card? I said, I want a husband card. People ask me, where do I go? And I said, I'm going to be with my husband. Visa called and said, I'm over my limit. I said, speak to my husband. Guys used to come on to me as a great deterrent because I would say, I have a husband, which is better than what I used to say. I have a disease. And is it just my husband, or do all men separate their laundry like this? Clean. Dirty. What do you do when they do this one? I'm thinking it's dirty. He says it's good for one more wear. Can't change the sheets. He cannot change the sheets. I go on a tour for a couple weeks. I come back. He's put new sheets on top of the old sheets. And he hates to wash the clothes, but he loves to wash the car. So you know what I do now? I put all the dirty underwear in the rag pile by the car. That way that underwear is spotless. But it's really hard to get the skid marks out of the car. And you're my friends, so I can say this, but you know what he said to me last week? He said my voice was irritating. Sometimes he says to me, would you hush up, would you hush up, could you hush up, would you hush up, shut up. And I just keep talking. And I tell him my voice comes in handy when those Jehovah's Witnesses come around. Because they know you're in there. No matter how quiet you are, there you are. So I have the two boys. I have my two boys. Is it selfish to say at first I wanted a girl because I would know what to teach her? Take as much as you can get. You're a princess. But you change when you have a son. You think if a girl did that to my son, I would think, how manipulating. What kind of a mother does she have? My first baby was 10.5 pounds. Instead of a birth certificate, they gave him a driver's license. People would ask me, what did I crave? I said, a surrogate mother. My body felt like the little Volkswagen in the circus, you know, with the one with the clowns just keep coming out. That's visual right there, coming out. My husband said, let's do this naturally. I said, naturally, I might as many drugs as I could possibly take. So the doctor came in with a shot. You ladies know what it's called? It's an epidural. It deadens you from the waist down. My husband said she doesn't need it. She's already dead. Do you know he wanted to name my first precious angel Moses? Moses Joseph, so we could nickname him Mojo. Said, why don't we name him Howard Joseph so we can nickname him Hojo? How about that? And then, of course, we had our second, and we named him Oops. I thought the boys would just love each other. We love each other. We do not hurt each other. We do not put a pillow over our brother's head. And all they can say back to me is red rum, red rum, red rum. Barney's messing up the kids, don't you think? No, they're not real children on that show. Barney says, you want an apple or a piece of candy? And the kid says, I want an apple. You know they're going to grow up being some repressed bank robber singing, I hate you, you hate me. I'm in a dysfunctional family with a great big smack and a kick from you to me. Now I'm seeking therapy. teach my boys my own little nursery rhyme. It goes like this. And the seat goes down, 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 and we wipe the rim, 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 'cause late at night, 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 Mommy won't fall in. You all are so sweet.